Hey guys, I'm Dillon Coates. Welcome to the Coatesy Show, and happy Halloween. It is October 31st, the scariest day of the year. Well, usually that's the scariest day of the year. This year, 2018, the scariest day of the year is November 2nd because that's when the Queen movie finally comes out. I've been talking about this movie for about a year now, and it's finally coming out this Friday. So I figured this is the last chance I get to talk about it before actually seeing it. So here we go. Today's video, top 10 problems I have with the Queen movie. Number 10, Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. Okay, I'm putting this pretty low on the list because I know Rami Malek is a good actor, and early reviews for this movie have all said that no matter what problems there are in the movie, his performance is solid. But even knowing that, I'm still worried. You watch him in the trailer, his way of speaking is sort of like Freddie's, but at the same time, I just hear the Pharaoh from Night at the Museum. In some shots in the trailer, he looks like Freddie, but then in others, he looks either just like himself, just like Rami Malek, or some messed up, weird version of Johnny Depp. And when I say that, I mean a different messed up version of Johnny Depp than the one we actually have. Okay, this is kind of a minor complaint here, but I feel like he's just too skinny to be playing Freddie Mercury. For the 70s scenes, he looks fine. Freddie was pretty skinny in the 70s, but by the 80s, he has a lot of muscle, and Rami Malek in the 80s scenes, he just looks too skinny. I get movies are filmed out of sequence, so it would probably be impossible for Rami Malek to bulk up and then lose that weight off and on, fluctuating when movies are shot out of order. But I don't know, I feel like CG his body a little bit. I don't know. That probably would look terrible, but I don't know. It's just something that bugs me. Number 9, the directing credit. And really the fact that Dexter Fletcher gets no directing credit. For those who don't know, Bryan Singer was the director of this movie, and then he got fired after a while for clashing with Rami Malek on set and not showing up to set after they took a break for a while. So Dexter Fletcher took over for the last couple weeks of production, but the movie's going forward with the directing credit going to Bryan Singer. I don't know about that. I get it, he directed the majority of it, but at the same time, Dexter Fletcher did have something to do with this, and he's getting no credit besides a producer credit. That's fine, I guess, but co-director credit, why not? Also, I'm hearing in early reviews for this that Rami Malek's performance is really good, might be a contender for an Oscar. That's great, but during awards season, do they really want to keep mentioning a movie that's credited to Bryan Singer as the director? I mean, we got something like that last year with James Franco in The Disaster Artist. That movie looked so huge. Franco won a Golden Globe for that, and then the allegations about him came out, and the movie's momentum just stopped like that. And that was, like, not something that was known when the movie was in production, when the Disaster Artist movie was in production. People have known about this Bryan Singer thing for years, maybe even decades now, but he's still the director. Number 8 is the tagline in the trailer and all the posters. Fearless lives forever. What's that have to do with Freddie Mercury or Queen? Do they think they have a patent on the word forever because they did a song with that word in the title? They don't. That really has nothing to do with Queen. This movie's gonna suck. Number 7, that stupid rooster or chicken or whatever it is in the trailer. I don't know why it's there, but it looks like some stupid comic relief moment. All I can say is, get that cock out of there. Number 6, okay. This one I've mentioned before, but it still pisses me off, so here we go, I mention it again. The fact that there's a clip in the trailer, in multiple trailers by this point, of Freddie crowd surfing. What? Okay, I'm 99.9 convinced that this never actually happened in real life. Why is this in there? Here's what I don't want with this scene, and I'm worried this is what they're gonna do with it. I'm worried this is going to be a slow motion scene with Freddy like being exalted as some angelic figure. You know, like other biopics have done this and it's just really corny and cheesy when it happens. Seriously, don't do that. Don't let me see that. And that brings me to my next problem, which is number 5. The deification of Freddy. We, as fans, can see Freddy as a god, but that doesn't mean the people in the movie should, and there's a lot of clips in the trailer that kind of make me think that's what they're going for. In one of the trailers, at the end of it, you see Roger Taylor saying to Freddy, "You're a legend, Fred." That doesn't seem like something that the real Roger Taylor would have actually said to Freddy. The guys in Queen, they respected each other, they were friends. You know, obviously when the remaining members talk about Freddy and the time in the band, you can tell they have fondness for it. They look back on that with happy memories. And they're still keeping it going. Brian May and Roger Taylor, they're still keeping it going. But all those guys, they also had massive egos. And I don't think they would have slobbered all over each other like that non-stop, the way this seems to be portrayed in the trailer. And there's also shots in the trailer of, like, Roger Taylor trying to, I don't know, fight Freddy or something, or hit him. So it seems to be, the way they're portraying Freddy seems to be as either like this god to be exalted by everyone on Earth, or this really temperamental problem child in a man's body. There's a scene of Brian May, the guy playing Brian May, saying to Freddy, "You need to slow down, Fred." What? Is this movie just gonna make me hate Freddy's character? Don't do that. Come on. These guys, I know Freddie Mercury was a diva and everything, but he was still likable. Like, you saw him in interviews, yeah, he had an ego and that was kind of his persona, but at the same time, you couldn't help but like him. And when he was on stage, you couldn't ignore someone like that. As a character in a movie, which is what he's going to be in this, don't make him an asshole. Okay, here's a problem a lot of people have picked up on, a lot of big Queen fans have picked up on this. I noticed it too. Here we go. I'm gonna say, in the trailer, there's a scene of Freddy talking to Brian May about the song that would eventually become We Will Rock You. Brian May says to Freddy he wants to give the audience a song that they can perform. And he starts, stomping his feet and clapping his hands to the beat of We Will Rock You. And Freddy asks what the lyric to the song will be, and then it cuts to a concert scene of the song We Will Rock You being performed. That's all fine and good, but here, take a look at this picture of Queen from 1977, the year We Will Rock You was released. Now, here's a clip from the We Will Rock You video. Take a look at that. Okay, now, take a look at Freddy in this scene from the movie. Why does he have a mustache? Freddy didn't have a mustache until 1980, and this scene should be set in 77. I get like to condense stuff, sure, but it seems like a weird detail to miss. I'm only bringing this up because there were other details that they were keeping in which are way lesser known than this detail, like Tim Staffel. A lot of people don't know that name, but he was the singer in a band that Brian May and Roger Taylor were in before Queen called Smile. He came back to record a song on the soundtrack to this movie, and he's on there, so they paid that close attention to that small of a detail, and yet something that's a lot more widely known, that Freddie Mercury didn't have a mustache in 77, is overlooked. That's weird. All I can say is, if they're paying that close attention to weird details like that, we better get at least one performance by Humpy Bong. Number 3. All the dumb one-liners in the trailers. There's only room in this band for one hysterical queen. I pity your wife if you think 6 minutes is forever. Okay, that one's kinda good. That one's okay. Fortune favors the bored. That's awful. Hate that one. Even the clip of Roger Taylor saying "Ready Freddy" when they were about to play. Okay, great, that's a reference to Crazy Little Thing Called Love, I get it, but it seems too on the nose, and these lines, I get that movie trailers, you want kind of memorable lines, kind of funny lines to get your audience sucked into it, but the quality of these lines kind of makes me worried that the rest of the movie is just really dull and not that interesting. I mean, for all we know, it's still the way Sacha Baron Cohen assumed it would be, and Rami Malek as Freddy is only in the first half of the movie, and then the rest of it is Queen after Freddy had died. Who knows? That'd be really awful, but who knows? That could be what's happening. Number 2, the title. This seems like a weird complaint, but here we go. I know Bohemian Rhapsody is obviously one of Queen's most popular songs, but in terms of being the title of a biopic about the band and Freddy, it tells you nothing. It's like if you made a Johnny Cash movie and called it Walk the Line. Okay, that's been done. Okay, fair enough. But okay, I know the movie's only 2 days, so there's really no chance of changing it at this point, but let's do this for fun anyway. I'd like to propose some alternate titles to this movie. The Great Pretender, that's been done. Okay, never mind. Love Kills, that's good. How about that? Why not? Dead on Time. Never mind. Freddy died when he was young, so can't do that one. I apologize. I'm a douchebag. I apologize for that. I don't know. How about Football Fight? Why not? Let's do that. Okay, these titles are so hard. Why not just make it a tiger biopic? They can call it Bohemian Rhapsody. That's the best joke I've ever told in my entire life. Okay, before we get to my number 1 problem with this movie, I'd like to say, despite all these problems and despite all the fun I've had talking shit about this movie, I genuinely do want this to be good. And Queen, one of my favorite things in life, definitely the first band that ever got me to really paying attention to music, something more than just, background noise, something to understand as like an intricate form of artistic expression that could really take you far. They were definitely, I think, the first band to ever make me realize that. So I want this to be really good. There are things I like so far from what I've seen in this movie. The concert scenes look really great. Rami Malek's performance, I want it to be good. I've heard it is good. That's definitely good. And aside of that, in terms of the production of this movie, I know it's been in development since 2010. That's a long time. But I love how they've got to this point, that it's actually happening. I love how they saw it through. I love how into it the cast of the movie seems and the crew of it. You can really tell there's a lot of love for this band and this story going into this movie. And Brian May and Roger Taylor, I like how they've been involved in it. You saw pictures of Brian May showing the guy playing Brian May. The red special guitar, you saw Brian May on the set of the movie watching Rami Malek play Freddy. You just get the sense that these guys have been having a lot of fun contributing to this movie. And so I respect the movie for that. Even if the movie turns out bad, you can really see the love this crew and cast has for this story. So that I do appreciate. With that said, here's my number 1 problem with the Queen movie. Number 1, the waiting. You know what? This will actually be interesting because I honestly don't know what this movie's rated yet. I haven't looked. I don't know why I don't know this, but I honestly don't know what the rating of this movie is yet. But keep in mind here, before I look at what it is, keep in mind, Freddie Mercury lived a pretty crazy life. He wasn't in a rock band, obviously, but he lived the rock star life to the extreme. Lots of partying, drugs, sex, everything. I mean, the guy died of AIDS. That's a pretty heavy topic. You can't really sugarcoat that. So obviously, there's really one rating this movie should have. Okay, here we go. I'm finally looking at what the rating of this movie is. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking about this movie. Oh man, no more. I don't even know if I'll review it now. I can't. Oh man. I can't take. Oh, how is this gonna. I honestly can't talk about how. Okay. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Oh. I gotta make better videos. What are you looking at me for? You watched it.